Good morning, Ma'am Maria Agnes Pilaja. Good morning, classmates. I will be discussing about data analysis in research. What is data analysis in research? According to Lecomte and Senchul, research data analysis is a process used by researchers for reducing data to a story and interpreting it to derive insights. The data analysis process helps in reducing a large chunk of data into smaller fragments, which makes sense. We have three essential things that take place during the data analysis. Number one is data organization. The practice of categorizing and classifying data to make it more usable. For instance, filing a folder where you keep important documents. Number two, data reduction. Data reduction is the process of reducing the amount of capacity required to store data. Data reduction can increase storage efficiency and reduce cost. An example is astronomy in the data reduction. Kepler satellite. This satellite records 95 megapixels images once every 6 seconds, generating megabytes of data per second. So we also have the data analysis. What is data analysis? It is a process of inspecting, cleansing, transformation information, informing conclusions, and supporting decision making. A simple example of data analysis is nothing by analyzing your past and future decisions. Why analyze data in research? Researchers rely heavily on data as they have a story to tell, problem to solve. It starts with a question, and data is nothing but an answer to that question. But what if there is no question to ask? Well, it is impossible to explore data even without a problem. We call it data mining, which often reveals some interesting patterns which the data are worth exploring. Irrelevant to the type of data, researchers explore their mission and audience's vision guide them to find patterns to shape the story they want to tell. One of the essential things expected from researchers while analyzing data is to stay open and remain unbiased towards unexpected patterns, expressions, and results. Remember, sometimes data analysis tells the most unforeseen, yet exciting stories that were not expected at the time of initiating data analysis. Therefore, rely on the data you have at hand and enjoy the journey of exploratory research. Types of data in research. Every kind of data has a rare quality of describing things after assigning a specific value to it. For analysis, you need to organize these values, process and present it into the given context to make it useful. Data can be different forms. Here are the primary data types. We have the qualitative data. When the data presented has words and descriptions, then we call it qualitative data. Although you can observe this data, it is subjective and harder to analyze data in research, especially for comparison. Example, quality data represents everything describing tastes, experience, texture, or an opinion that is considered quality data. This type of data is usually collected through the focus groups, personal interviews, or using open-minded questions in surveys. We also have quantitative data. Any data expressed in numbers of numerical figures are called quantitative data. This type of data can be distinguished into categories grouped, measured, calculated, or ranked. Example, questions such as age, rank, cost, length, weight, scores, etc. Everything comes under this type of data. You can present such as data in a graphical format, charts, or apply statistical analysis method to this data. The outcome measurement system, or the OMS questionnaires, is survey are significant source of collecting numeric data. The last one is categorical data. It is data presented in groups. However, an item included in categorical data cannot belong to more than one group. Example, a person responding to a survey by telling living style, marital status, smoking habit, or drinking habit comes under the categorical data. A chi-square test is a standard method used to analyze this data. Let's talk about data analysis in qualitative research. Data analysis and qualitative data research work a little different from the numerical data, as the quality data is made up of words, descriptions, images, objects, and sometimes symbols. Getting insight from such complicated information is a complicated process. Hence, it is typically used for explanatory research and data analysis. Finding patterns in qualitative data. Although there are several ways to find patterns in textual information, a word-based method is the most relied and widely used global technique for research and data analysis. Notably, the data analysis process in qualitative research is manual. Here, the researchers usually read the available data and find repetitive or commonly used words. For example, while studying the data collected from African countries to understand the most pressing issues people face, researchers might find quote-unquote food and quote-unquote hunger are the most commonly used words, and highly find repetitive commonly used word. The keyword context is another widely used word-based technique. In this method, the researchers tries to understand concepts by analyzing the context of when, how the respondents has used or referred the word diabetes. We also have under qualitative research the scrutiny based. The technique is also one of the highly recommended text analysis methods used to identify a quality data pattern. Compare and contrast in the widely used method under this technique to differentiate how a specific text is similar or different from one another. For example, to find out the importance of resident doctor in company, the collected data is divided into people who think it is necessary to hire a resident doctor and those who think that it is unnecessary. Compare and contrast the best method that can be used to analyze the polls having single answer question types. Okay, let's proceed. We have the methods used for data analysis in qualitative research. There are several techniques to analyze the data in qualitative research. But here are some commonly used methods. Number one is content analysis. It is widely accepted that the most frequently employed technique for data analysis is research methodology. It can be used to analyze the documented information from texts, images, and sometimes from the physical items. It depends on the research question to predict when and where to use these methods. Second one is narrative analysis. This method is used to analyze content gathered from various sources such as personal interviews, field observation, and surveys. The majority of times, stories or opinions shared by people are focused on finding answers to research questions. We have the third one, discourse analysis. Similar to narrative analysis, discourse analysis is used to analyze the interaction with people. Nevertheless, this particular method considers the social context under which or within which the communication between the researcher and respondent take place. In addition to that, discourse analysis also focuses on the lifestyle and day-to-day environment while deriving any conclusion. The last one is grounded theory. When you want to explain why a particular phenomenon happened, then using grounded theory for analyzing quality data is the best resort. Grounded theory is applied to study data about the host of similar cases occurring in different settings. When researchers are using this method, they might alter explanations or produce new ones until they arrive at some conclusion. Furthermore, let's hear from Ms. Jacqueline Reyes for the continuation of data analysis in quantitative research.